Okay, going for a take.
Take one.
Action.
We are going for a take where we get the take of those who work in the film and TV industry on a specifically chosen movie and their time in the business.
And this take is going to be on Monkey Man, directed, starring, produced by,
Yeah.
written,
Yeah.
everything by Dev Patel.
Wow. What a guy. And also another guy we've got with us today.
Yo, hi, I'm Zach Sutcliffe. I am also a guy. Hi.
And we've also got some extra special guests behind us as well. If we could flip the camera, you'd see. We've got a couple of oh, is he just going to pop in?
I'm popping.
He's there, he is.
Oh my god, it's
Was that meant to play, or was that meant to
There's another one lurking behind the scenes.
Give us a little tease, come on.
Where am I jumping there?
It's right there.
Hello.
Who?
Also featuring sponsoring by Hall's Soothers. We're trying to get the sponsoring by just like anybody. If anyone can give us some money for doing this, it'd be excellent, Darren. We're looking at you. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so, Zach, dude, it's good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's good to be
Yeah.
here.
I got the fist bump this time. He should aired me for 10 minutes. Yeah, it was
Ooh.
brutal. And it was all on camera as well.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
okay.
The only way is open there.
Yeah.
Right, Monkey Man.
Double fist.
Monkey Man, what did we think about it?
Fire. Absolute straight fire. Dev Patel. Bro. Where did that come from, bro? Wow.
It's a madness.
Wow. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, man. Like the action, the storytelling, the cinematography, bro. The score.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, everything.
Nuts.
Everything. That film had every element you can imagine and did every element, in my opinion, quite well. I thought the music, the cinematography, like you were saying, the fight scenes, wow.
I really enjoyed how the fighting progressed, with him as a character as well. Him being reckless and unpredictable with his fighting. But I think it also resembled what was going on underneath as well. His inner turmoil, his unbalancedness, not knowing who he was, all this trauma and PTSD and all the bad stuff that had happened to him when he was young, afflicting him. But as he progresses into the film, he eventually comes into his own and finds balance and finds his purpose. And then he starts training, and then his fighting is a lot more. It's still unpredictable, but it's a lot more precise
And skillful.
Yeah.
To me, you look at John Wick, you look at James Bond, and it had those elements of fight to it, but the fights weren't predictable. Like the way the fighting was dirty.
He fought like a monkey.
Yeah.
At times,
He went ape on them.
They should put that in the title or something. I don't know.
I don't know, it rings a bell, doesn't it?
I don't know, all I remember was at the start of it, yeah, he was quite wily and scrappy and all that kind of thing. But after, like you said, he really touched base with everything that happened and properly faced it. And he did that little training montage in the temple. Bro, he came back and you seen it not only when he was throwing punches and kicks and whatever, but there was a stillness in him. You know what I'm saying? He was refined.
He was composed,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
bro. And he was still the same beast, but he was driven and he was motivated properly, and it was beautiful.
Like you say, he was just violent and visceral, and he was letting off so much steam and trauma as he was doing those fights at the start. But he would get hit and he'd take the punches, and that's how he trained was I will just keep taking the punches and dish them out. Whereas after that moment, he kind of has that moment where he kind of falls narratively and literally as well into the river, and then gets revived and kind of learns there's that whole thing about finding a way to is it growth and destroy?
Oh yeah. There's destruction.
Being, exactly.
the
what's the god? Because you said
Shiva,
was it?
Yeah, the goddess of death, destroyer of worlds.
Balance as well. Balance. Yeah, everything had two sides to it. There was a heads and a tails. There was a right and wrong, and the lines. There was a very fine line between the two of them. I thought that he could have been seen as it was almost like a villain in a way, because some of the stuff he was doing, he was killing people, but he was killing them maliciously.
Yeah, you were horrible, bro. You were
But
horrible with it, really.
at the same time, it was justified.
Yeah.
It was so justified. The division between him and the wealthy and all these people who were in a higher position to him, and that battle. It was.
I really enjoyed how they portrayed the main protagonist as this low, poor, reckless person, whereas the antagonist, the main villain, was this higher class, elitist, refined, holy, devout person who was very influential and had a lot of followers. And compared to the main protagonist, who was the complete opposite. He was a loner, didn't have any friends or family. You know, he was dirty. He was poor. He lived recklessly, fought recklessly. But as you see him, that changes during the film, and how it becomes a lot more refined.
But also, I felt like the difference between this film compared to some other action films, in my opinion, was the reality of it. A lot of the stuff in that film is real. You know, the poverty, the rich-poor divide. It's all real. When you watch James Bond, there's a element of like it's a film, whereas it's a film based on a real life setting. Like everything that happened in it, not necessarily the events, but the life.
I mean, the what's the word? Not like the environment's real.
It showed you every part of India.
Yeah.
You know, the corrupt, the poor, the cultural and religious aspect of it.
And then all the jungles and stuff as well. You know what I mean? With all like the kind of
What's that, man?
you know, the jungles and stuff when where the Monkey Man grew up. I forget the actual character's name. I've just been calling him Monkey Man this whole time.
Bobby,
I think it was Bobby.
I thought that was just the name he called himself.
He gave himself that name because of the bleach.
Did he actually get given a name besides like Monkey Man and
Kong.
Bobby, the name that he calls himself?
I don't know.
Kong, there was Kong, but I don't think we ever find out his name.
I don't think he has a name.
But
or maybe he.
That's so important because
Right.
you don't find out his name, I don't think. But all the
Surely he would have
people
a name.
at the top had name badges.
Yeah.
So
That's
mad.
cool. Bit like a V for Vendetta vibe. Like you never truly like know his exact name, but he becomes this sort of mask, literally a mask, like this sort of symbol, this face of like this uprising, this rebellion against like the elites, like pressing down these underdogs.
Yeah, it's kind of like Batman, you know. It's
You could say
it's
that.
not about who's behind the mask; it's what the mask stands for.
Nice.
Like, anyone could be Monkey Man.
Same kind of way when after, you know, like we said, like he refined himself and all this kind of thing. He won that fight in the ring against the Cobra guy and the Bear guy. And then he went and dyed his mask white. Did you clock that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that
Like,
was cool.
You know what I mean?
Did
It was like he
dye it?
cleansed himself of all that like
Yeah.
I thought
baggage
the
that
mask
he's
was
carrying.
just really dirty. Like he washed
Maybe.
it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
either
he
way,
washed
it was cleansed. Either way, it was cleansed.
cleansed.
And it felt like he became a new person because all the stuff he'd gone through, rather than it being all instinctual when he's fighting, it became disciplined instinct. There was always a reason behind it, but the reason behind it prevailed towards the end, whereas before it was just fighting out of anger and like wanting to get back, I think.
Not even that, he wanted to get hurt, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He weren't really too, like, dead set on, like, you know, having that vengeance. Like, he had it in him, but he wasn't really, he had nowhere to, like, direct it.
Yeah.
And then once he did refine himself and he had that direction, he had that stillness, bro, and it was terrifying.
It was cold, it was calculated, he like waited for them to step in and then it was sick. It gave me like because I remember I watched, you sent it to you guys this morning actually, that letterbox thing where you talked about films that you watched as a kid, like top favourite films or whatever. One of the ones you mentioned was Enter the Dragon, which like I'm ashamed to say I haven't seen.
Film.
You've not seen it?
No,
banger, bro.
Yeah,
It inspired Mortal Kombat, bro. You need to
This
watch
is when
it.
you name like Bruce Lee as like your actor for the game, and I'm just like,
He's my
Enter
actual
the Dragon.
Yeah.
But like, Bruce Lee has that quote where it's like, you got to be like water.
Yeah, be
like,
formless.
shapeless, formless, and that's what I felt he kind of like went into in terms of like his fighting style. Like,
I did see references of different films. You know, he quotes John Wick.
Yeah, he does.
When he's buying the gun off of the like blacksmith, black market guy.
Yeah.
And also how he like climbs up this elite tower at different levels. You know, at one level there's a police chief who has to be. Then you go. It was the boss woman, and then he goes up to the next level, beats the police chief, and then very top the main boss guy.
the shiny
Which is
sun
crown,
at the top. I
which
know,
is like Enter the
it's just
Dragon.
like,
Yeah.
oh, that's sick.
I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
I didn't clock
that's-
that.
reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just like the shots and the camera angles and like just like the direction of it, like
Beautiful.
just like very snappy. Like you could like one person could be like handing out money and just like also like cutting up something, and just like a shot right there, or like the shot of his feet when he walks into the toilet, into where the police chief is, and he's just like slowly stalking behind him, creeping.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed those sort of camera angles and those.
For me, that quick montage towards the start where they steal the purse, and like you said, there was that that Jid
Jid
song,
song.
like, bro, it was so sick. Like the cinematography and that, and like the snappiness of it all.
There was so
good.
much stuff. Like, I don't know. I wonder if he's worked with the cinematographer before or something. But like, if he's in front of the camera, there were so many times where I was like, how did you plan that out? Like, if you're in front of the camera, how did you plan out that this is the kind of shot that like this is where it ends up? There's moments where like he was, when he was shooting the gun at the poster or whatever, he's like behind the sort of cage, the netting or whatever, and then as he walks off, once he finally like gets headshot, and then as he walks off, like more like I've got this now, it pans and it's him like not with the cage in front of him anymore. It just like little like moments of like I don't know if he planned it, metaphors and stuff, but then it lines up with the next scene. Like the amount of thinking that this kid, he's like 10 years older than me. But the amount of stuff that like we've grown up like watching him be like nerdy kind of like IT like dorky kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of a sudden he's playing like this badass, and the amount of thought that he must have put in to like play this is insane.
So, in that temple, so much went down in that temple. So much.
Like what?
They the lessons learned, the lines they said. I mean, one of the lines they said was, "You need to destroy in order to grow."
Yeah.
Yo, hit me up with that again.
You need to destroy in order to grow. And I was just like, I was taken aback in my seat. I was like, wow. So it's so true. You can't become something without losing something.
It explored the theme of rebirth, which I think it's part of one of the. I'm not sure what religion, but I think it's part of the cultural
Buddhism.
aspect. Is it Buddhism?
Hinduism.
And
Hinduism
Hinduism,
as well.
which is a very major religion in their country, and I really liked how they explored that theme along with the Hijra community, which are classed as the third gender in the country. I think it portrays people who were born one way but wanted to destroy to
and then
grow
create a new,
and go through a rebirth to discover who they were. And I think that's what happened with Monkey Man. He basically had to discover what his purpose was.
Yeah, he had to destroy his old self to be this new version of himself. But I also feel like it related to, that's why Shiva was just like such a good shout for this like segment of the film. But like he had to also destroy what was left over from like, the people that like killed his family. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kill that guy, bro. And you gotta kill the guy who was in charge of him.
Yeah.
And create something new, create some nice stuff,
Yeah.
And he killed him.
He killed
Bad.
him.
He killed him.
He killed him.
Wow,
Really?
that was a
Yeah,
bloody
yeah.
death.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood, a lot of gore,
Oh, bro, you know that one scene in the toilets and he grabs him and he suplexes him and his face goes through the toilet bowl, bro?
Oh.
There's so many
that's
times like I
horrible.
could just feel all of us just go like,
Everybody was like this.
Oh,
Because it was gory, a lot of films, like, a lot of people are, like, in my opinion, desensitized. When, like, it doesn't matter who watches that, you are sensitized, you feel it.
Yeah,
But
the
that-
impact.
I was cringing at some points because I was like, oh.
He just went on a rampage,
Rampage.
murdering police officers.
Yeah.
Like,
Rampage.
he killed a bunch of people in the club, ran, went in a high-speed police pursuit, ended up in a car crash. They took him into the van, chained him up. He woke up, killed everyone in the van.
Yeah.
Literally.
I don't know, like the murder tally.
Broke
from that
into
film.
some some underground den, fought some guy with an axe.
Oh, that axe! No. How are you gonna fight a guy with an axe while you're handcuffed?
Literally.
And they
Insane.
did such creative work with the axe though, with like having
It's
like
just-
the hook element of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you spotted that a few times where like people get like dragged about and all this
And it
kind of
kept
stuff.
us hooked
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah.
It was just one thing after the
But
other.
do you know what else kept us hooked? The cinematography and the cameras. Like there were so many handheld shots in the fight scenes,
Yeah.
and I thought that worked so well because the fight scenes were long. They weren't your average fight scene. They were a lot longer, and they were all one shot. There was rarely any like cuts
Minimal
between.
cuts.
Do you have a favourite fight scene?
Yeah, not a favourite fight scene, but my favourite shot, man, when he's escaping the club and he's going down that back stairwell.
Yeah.
There's a time when he runs into this guy as he's coming down and it switches into the third person view while he like boots him or punches him in the face or something. You know what I mean?
yes,
And then he gets like
yeah.
punched out of first person and then we're back into third person. Like as his
I
head
think both of
recoils.
us. Yeah.
Wild, bro. Dev Patel, bro. You're
How's it
sick.
done?
Where's the sequel?
You're
I want
sick.
Monkey Man
How? Give
2.
me more, man.
How has it
Monkey
done?
Man
that?
versus John Wick. That should be-
Yeah, I want like an Alien
like-
versus Predator.
like
sequel,
Godzilla
but like
versus
John Wick,
Kong.
Monkey Man.
Godzilla versus Kong Part 2.
Oh, I could see it. Yeah,
That's
like two
dope.
assassins are like pitted against each other
Yeah,
or something.
Two assassins, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Wild, bro.
Yeah, no, it was all like really like tight, like handheld stuff, like even just like the first shots, you know what I mean? And like the recurring like color palette. There was a moment
Yeah.
where like Monkey Man came on screen or whatever, and like the sides of the cinema like lit up with like bright dark red,
Yeah.
and it was just like, oh wow, it's like. I know just the recurring symbolism of fire as well, and like the trauma that he has there, and then how like he kind of repurposes that as something to like give him
Yeah.
give him fire for like moving forward
Yeah.
and like burn up the residue from like the trauma that he had.
In the beginning, he was always losing fights. Like as a street fighter, underground fighter, he always had to throw the fight. Was it on the third round?
Yeah.
And
For that fight, yeah.
So he was always losing fights, but by the very end, when he walks into the club, ready to slaughter people. They've got like the guitar playing in the background as he's just massacring all these corrupt police and drug dealers, and it was like a piece of art.
When you're speaking about like the the musical score aspect of the fight scenes, this isn't even a fight scene, man. But at one point, when he's kind of not like I wouldn't say falls in love with, but like he takes an eye to that escort, with the tattoo.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a sparrow. It was like
Wasn't a sparrow.
very clearly not a sparrow. It was a specific bird.
bird in the
what I mean?
jungle.
Yeah, jungle bird. And while she was like dancing on the guy that he was there to kill, Roxanne started playing by the Police,
Yeah.
which is a song about you not needing to go out into the street. You don't need to wear that dress tonight. You don't need to do this to make a living. And obviously that's like, oh yeah, cool. You see her doing up this escort thing, and he's like, girl, you don't need to do this. But
Very subliminal.
But the thing is as well, when I heard that, I also I don't know if this was intentional, but I kind of related it back to him. Like, yo, you don't need to put on that dress tonight. You don't need to be out on doing this crazy stuff. At least not right now. You need to refine yourself. You need to get that drive. You need to get that stillness. You need to come back with the energy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was a flawed character, and that's what I liked about him because he wasn't this like iconic guy who saves the day. Nah, he was a flawed character. When he killed people, you could see that him killing them wasn't out of like discipline. It was out of rage, and anger, and trying to get back and revenge. And you don't see that, but in a lot of films. But it shows he's human and not some character.
Not some god.
Because,
But what do you think
yeah.
in terms of like the references to him sort of being or worshipping or being devoted to Hanuman, the sort of monkey god that he was? The story kept on linking back to like throughout.
Do you know what? I really like that. I thought, and this is what I was going to say, was the opening scene when they tell the story as him as a child of Hanuman, did you say?
Hanuman,
yeah. And the references to him growing up, and then throughout the film, constantly referencing like being burned, the sun, his
Reaching
mother,
for the sun, like
exactly,
the gods trying to push you back down.
his mother burning him. Then you find out that the scars on his hands are because he tries to save his mum when she's dead. And that scene when she's burning, he tries to save her. It's just like
So dark. And then a lot of the scenes as well, like they kind of like Dev Patel was like screaming or something, then they do a cutaway to like Hanuman like pulling the same pose like in the book. And that was beautiful, bro. Like again,
there's a scene in it when he screams in the mirror, and all I could think about was, you know that scene where Hugh Jackman in prison is screaming at the mirror, and I was thinking,
Or Jake Gyllenhaal,
Yeah.
Nightcrawler, where he's like,
yeah.
yeah.
and it worked because that's a hard thing to pull off. Pulling off screaming at the mirror isn't something easy. It looks so simple, but
Really?
yeah.
I think I'd kill it. I think
Give
I'd
it a try.
do it. Really. Can someone please just write me into a film where I can scream into a mirror for like the entire film?
Yeah, I mean,
It's called Scream.
I don't know. I feel like that itself is a challenge. Like, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
beautiful. And
Yeah. I really liked how they allowed it was sort of, in a way, allowed the Hijra community to sort of have their way back, fight back in the film.
Yeah.
Because in real life they're so like persecuted and a lot of them are killed. And that's shown in the film. But they also like they help Hanuman, Monkey Man.
Yeah. They came in with a vengeance
they
as
came
well with the sickle.
ninjas
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
which was pretty cool.
No, they were nice with it. They were real nice with it.
Yeah, it was sick. There was a beautiful shot where like their skirts. I'm not sure about like the correct kind of like word for their dress, but like as it was spinning, like the colors were like swirling, and then the blood was being like splattered against the
it was
portraits
like
of these like kings and.
What's that festival that they have? It's like where they throw like loads of like coloured powder.
Yeah. I'm
It
not
was
even
like
talking
that.
Oh,
about
yes.
It was like
Yes.
just an explosion of like different colours,
Yeah.
colours and spices.
but they're all red.
They're all red, like
Yeah.
blood.
It's like blood.
Yeah, but seeing all the blood on like the artwork and stuff, when they're like bleeding from the eyes and stuff as well, crazy.
Yeah, it was insane.
Very artistic.
It's I don't know. It's been a while since I watched the film that like. I know that I've been like watching it and being like, yo, I feel like a kid again.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
inspired
yeah,
to like go out and act
yeah,
and do
yeah.
that stuff. Because like you watch stuff now and you're like, it is like desensitizing that you've watched it so many times. And I was watching this like, I want to do something like this. This looks sick.
Yeah.
It just
Well,
looks like a lot of fun and just like
Yeah.
devoting yourself and throwing yourself in like you did.
Yeah, I said to you at the end, as soon as I finished, I was like, I need to do a film like that.
Yeah.
Like a
I
film
see
with
you
I
doing
need to
that,
go on
like,
a
some
rampage.
wing chun stuff.
I need to-
yeah. Listen,
They kill
my
some
martial
people.
arts experience.
Yeah. Kill some people.
Don't mind if I do.
Should probably bring us to the rating.
Ooh, yes.
Rated.
Ooh. I feel like Zach. Do you want to go first? Out
Yeah,
of 10.
cool. I'm not obviously a film reviewer. I'm an actor. I just turn up and say the lines. Innit? I'm giving it a 10, man. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Straight
Wow.
What?
Wow. That's good.
Go on, what are you thinking? What's the reasoning?
The reasoning, I liked it. Really good. That's it. I like the score. I like the action. I like the acting.
Yeah.
I like the storyline. I liked how they cussed each other out.
Yeah.
They cussed each other out in that film. I had a good time. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Yeah. Bro, it was sick. 10-10. I don't care. 10-10.
10-10. Wow, that's-
Monkey Man, 10-10. Loved it.
I mean, it deserves it. I'm gonna be a bit harsher, but I'm gonna give it a 9.2. a 9.2.
Why
I can't
9.2?
give anything a 10 because there's always gonna be some sort of thing which they can do. But a 9.2, I'm gonna say, because I thought the cinematography was amazing. You know, the whole film was amazing. The fact that he wrote that, produced it, I believe, directed it, and was the lead in it. I mean, that itself deserves it to be a 10. And if I gave things a 10, I'd give it a 10 because that itself is an achievement which I don't think many people can do. Like you see actors lead and produce a lot of stuff, but you don't see people act as the lead, direct, produce, and write everything. That's a quadruple which it takes some talent.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
My guy.
Straight in.
Wow.
My guy. Touch me down.
You know,
Yeah,
the music, the choreography, the fighting, the character, the story progression, the character progression, how it involves real life issues and world and culture and whatnot, and the difference between the poor and rich and different classes. 10 out of 10, baby.
Wow,
Nice.
10.
Wow. Like, I'm thinking, is there a reason not to give it a 10?
Come on, man.
I'm like,
Come on, bro.
going through my brain and I'm like, there isn't really anything I didn't like about it.
Oh, one thing. I've got one thing for you.
Oh, hit
You
me.
know his mate who got his leg chopped off? So he's clearly like a cowardly guy. Yeah,
Oh, right, yeah.
There's one point where he's just left the club and he sees him escaping in his car and he's like, everyone's shooting at this guy. He knows that the whole city's going to have to be, everyone's going to be after him.
Yeah.
The cops are corrupt. Everyone's going to be after this guy. Why are you getting in a car with that guy? He's the last person I'm getting in a car
Yeah,
with.
he just goes, hop in.
It's like,
And then
yo,
like,
wait
they
for
go
me.
off and then he's like, oh.
Right, and then he just leaves him anyway.
Well, I get the feeling that they would have tortured him And there's, who was your friend? Where is he?
True. I guess like CCTV,
people
like
knew
a
they were
couple scenes
friends,
later
I
was like, this is the
suppose.
guy that like helped him get in here.
Or maybe it was like in the heat of the moment. He's in my car. There's people shooting.
Yeah.
Jumping.
Yeah.
And I took the back
Everyone's
exit.
different in those moments. Not saying I've experienced them, but
I have to drop it 3 marks now.
Yeah.
It's gone down to like 6. Oh.
That's
yeah,
my.
you know, the film getting chopped off. You know, I gave it a foot.
Wow.
No, I liked it. I
So
liked
much
it.
of it
9.2.
was so grisly. But yeah, it's gonna be a 9. Like it was sick. It was so good. Like for me, like ticks so many boxes. Like beautiful cinema, like the acting, the fact that he did all this, like, and like the symbolism and as well, like all the spirituality behind it. There was one line which was like, I'm trying to remember it. The pain will start once it finishes teaching you the lesson. And like that was just like yeah, kind of like instrumental in terms of like driving the plot forward. And like you hear those lines in cinema and you go, whew, that's beautiful. And then you kind of like attribute it to your own like struggles that things are going on at the moment. You just watch something, you go, yeah,
You say
that's what cinema's about. And Monkey Man, the one thing I will say is like that cinema should have been full. There was like 10 people in it.
Should have been.
Yeah.
Where's like the advertisement been for it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
need to
that's like a
work
movie
with the
people should
advertising.
see.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Go watch Monkey Man.
Highly recommend.
Go watch
Go
it.
watch Monkey Man. Yeah.
Now.
Big up Dev Patel.
Right, go for a take. And action.
I guess it's that time of the show.
Film Association.
Who are you picking?
I'm gonna struggle, but we're gonna go with a Brad Pitt.
Okay. Which
Right.
way did we go?
We went this way last time.
Let's
so
do
I feel
that
like-
again.
Do you, oh,
This way
okay.
again.
Oh wait, no, that don't make sense. When I want to do it.
No, let's go this way.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Let's go this way. Let's go this way.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah.
Right. Start us off.
Oh right, no, you start.
You start.
Me
and
start?
We'll go around this way. Yeah.
Fight Club.
Oh wow, I
That
didn't
is
thought of
that's
that.
a good one.
You didn't think of Fight Club?
No, I went
Once
straight-
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Inglorious Bastards.
What'd you say?
Inglorious Bastards.
Oh right, cool. 7 years in Tibet. Never seen it, but he's on the poster.
Snatch.
You should be in like a Guy Ritchie. Let's manifest that. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. What was he?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Monkey Man.
Wait, what?
Yo, wait.
I ain't going. I don't know. Titanic.
Yeah, Kate Winslet's character.
Yeah.
That's DiCaprio.
Okay.
Am I
right
out of
then.
Brad Pitt films, really? Damn, I think I am.
Just that one.
Right. Okay. Meet Joe Black.
Meet Joe.
Oh, cool.
Struggling.
I just had one. Shut up. It was in my head. Now it's literally.
Time thinking.
Shut up. I'm trying to think.
Do we think that's time? I think that's time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Babylon.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
nice one.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2.
I was about to say
I'm
that.
sorry.
I hate your
I was
guts,
trying to
bro.
send that to
was
you.
a
I was
deep
like,
cut
I'm
as
trying to give
well.
this guy a hint. And oh, sorry, dude. Is it
okay.
2? I don't even know if
It's
it's
Deadpool
It's
2.
Deadpool 2, isn't it?
Yeah, Deadpool DOS. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Great.
I'll keep it
Ocean's
snappy.
11.
Oh damn.
I'm done. I'm out.
Really?
Yeah, not going.
I was waiting for someone to say Ocean's 12.
What?
He's in that one, isn't he? Well,
Oh no!
What is that? 14 or
What's
something?
in the box?
Yeah, what's the name of that film?
7.
Why was I saying 14?
7. Oh.
My math was
That's
off.
a sequel.
Yeah,
That's in the works.
14, yeah.
That's the
You play Brad Pitt's son.
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah, I do. I'm in the box, actually.
What's that?
It's me in the box. Zach in the
Oh,
box. So.
my backup one was Moneyball.
Moneyball.
That's
Man.
what?
Is it Moneyball?
Oh yeah, with Jonah Hill and that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was me doing baseball.
And Bullet Train.
Bullet Train.
So many films.
Is that the zombie one?
It's embarrassing. I watched these clips back.
It isn't. It's not the zombie one.
No, wait, that was Train to Busan.
Train to Busan. Is Brad Pitt in Train to Busan?
No.
No.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Well, that went well.
Smash that. Wait, who won that one?
Me.
Me.
Zach.
Zach, yeah.
So why not?
Congrats, Steve.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Easy.
guys. Appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Smash
coming on.
Appreciate it, bro.
It's alright. I'll win one day. Right, another Brad Pitt. let's get on to Zachary
Oh,
Sutcliffe.
same person, realistically.
Look the same. You know, when
Hey,
when I
thanks,
see Brad
man.
Pitt.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
So, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Zach Sutcliffe. You know what I mean? I started acting about a decade ago now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little guy from Bradford, man.
What
I
got
like
you
making
into
films.
acting?
When I was a kid, I kind of did everything. You know, like I was trying everything. I did like karate, but I'm not really a fan of karate no more. You know what I mean? Used to be like a dancer and all that kind of thing. Used to do like
Dancing?
gymnastics. Yeah, bro.
What kind of dancing?
Like street dance, like break dance, a little two-step, a little head spin. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you still do some now?
Nope.
Good. I want that in the bloopers.
Yeah. Just me doing a head spin.
You like screaming into a mirror and also like doing a little like spin top
No, he screams into the mirror and then
at the
goes,
same time.
Yeah. We're gonna
Upside
the
down
fish
screen.
islands. Good.
Yeah.
No, but I got into acting literally because like my drama teacher in year 8 said I was good at it. So I was like, okay. And then I went to like an after school club for acting. I was gonna go to like Stage 84 or whatever it's called, but we couldn't afford it. Stagecoach maybe, yeah, Stagecoach. But yeah, I couldn't afford Stagecoach. Thank God I didn't go Stagecoach because I don't really think it would have been like my vibe. Yeah, and then like from my first day at this like my first day at this acting class, I got my first audition for like a student film.
Wow.
And from that first audition, I got my first part. And I was playing like a little boy running around. It was called Adventure Quest. I had a dragon egg. There were Vikings chasing me. And I had the time of my life, man. And that was like on a non-funded student film.
You say a Viking thing?
Vikings were chasing me, yeah, but it was just like a fantasy
There's been like a
thing.
running theme through your career.
Yeah, a
So
little
I feel
bit.
like
Little bit.
I've heard of Vikings before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did Last Kingdom like two years ago. Something
You were in Last Kingdom,
I
right?
was in Last Kingdom, yeah, man.
Nice. How was that?
Bro, fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, it was so lucky with that. I got cast off a self-tape, which never, I was like,
Just the one?
just the one, bro.
Wow.
Just the one.
Yeah.
And then I got a call off my agent. This is my first job, like, since lockdown. And my agent called me, she's like, yo, you need to go to Budapest next week for like 3 months. And I'm like, sweet, see you soon. And yeah, like I just watched all of Last Kingdom, watched all the Vikings, played all of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, just took in all of that kind of period that I could, you know, got out there, like played with some swords, rode a horse, met loads of cool people. It was sick, man.
What kind of sword? Like short sword? Like,
Yeah, just a short sword,
like
man.
your,
Yeah. No,
forget the
not
name of
the
it.
Zweihander, not
Yo,
the
show the camera
flambeers.
how
Nah.
dope that
That's like a
is.
6 foot sword, bro. I'm like 5'4". I'm not holding
I
that
thought you were
sword.
6'5".
Yeah, but that's just my energy, man.
Yeah,
you know, you
yeah.
see me
That
sat down
makes
right now,
sense,
you
yeah.
know. But yeah, no, that's me, man.
Okay.
I get about.
So was it was the film, right?
Yeah, the film to like
Wicked.
kind of cap off the series.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's really sick.
Yeah.
And then you worked with was that after Sacha Baron? Yeah, of course. 'Cause you
Oh,
were a kid when you
Sacha
worked with
Baron Cohen was like my second role ever. That were a funny one. I was auditioning for that, going to London all the time, and there was no really role for me. And I was so honoured, bro, because he wrote the character of Luke into the script like for me, and I was like super like blessed for that.
Cool.
And I remember I was in school, the teacher comes and says, yo, we need to pull you aside. We need to give you like a really private phone call. And I'm like, okay, cool. Mum's dead. Can't wait to hear about this. Go out and my mum says, yo, you need to go out to South Africa. You need to shave your head completely bald for this film. Are you in or are you out? Obviously, I'm in. I get there. I have a sick time. Everyone's great. I'm in South Africa with a bald head. Like, it's sick.
Did
You
your
know?
head burn?
Burnt, bro. Burnt.
Imagine.
How old were you?
Maybe 12. Yeah, super young. And Sasha told me that I remind him of a young Marlon Brando.
That's a compliment and a half.
Oh wow!
And I said, who's Marlon Brando?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Having the
Oh.
12, so
He swallowed his words
Yeah.
so quick.
Yeah,
We should have done
for real.
Marlon Brando films. That's what we should have done.
Yeah, man. But Grimsby was super fun. We did I initially did I think 2 months out in South Africa shooting that. We ripped the script up every day. I think I spent 3 weeks just on the couch, just improvising. It was super fun. And then finished, a year passed, all my hair grew out again. And then we had to do reshoots. A week of reshoots. all gone again. Yeah, man. But we all got to make sacrifices. It was a very good
I
time.
need to see these pictures.
Oh, I got pictures for you, bro. I got
I'd
pictures.
pay for them pictures.
Yeah, I got pictures, man. Don't worry about it. I got you.
I sounded so bad. Well, bringing you on to another thing, Waterloo Road.
Yeah.
Shuey.
Shuey Weaver.
Shuey
Yeah,
Weaver.
Bit of a
big
bad lad.
Shuey. Bit of a bad lad. Yeah, nice. I hate him. I hate Shuey's guts. If I went to school with Shuey, I'd smack him. Like, Shuey's been loads of fun to play. When I first read the role of Shuey, I was like, I know this kid. I went to school with this kid. You know what I mean? Yeah, something that I'm like very familiar with, that kind of setting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went in quite blind with Waterloo Road just because I wanted to really feel it out, and I knew that I wouldn't have the whole script at once. So I thought, right, let me just get into the mindset of this kid, into the mindset of the kids that I went to school with, and just kind of play it by ear. And luckily, Shuey kind of had a very tragic story by the end of it, which really humanized him, you know? So it wasn't just this horrible kid, like, it's taught behavior, you know? It's that nature versus nurture, and you see why he is the way he is. Spoilers, because of his father, you know? Yeah, man, but other than the, you know, technical I'm an actor side, man, I love that job. Man, I love the people that I'm working with on that job. I'm just having a sick time. I love Manchester. I love Waterloo Road. I love all you people watching it. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah,
It's good
beautiful.
fun. It's a really good set, isn't it? A lot of good people on there. So that was, what season was that one?
13.
Cool. And then can you give us like an idea what might be coming up? Roughly, very vaguely.
Pain. I'm gonna just say pain and suffering and anguish. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Sick.
I like it.
I'm excited to watch. Well, not watch. Well, maybe I'll watch.
You should watch.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be weird, like, because then, yeah, I always think, wait, yeah, I've been announced. I can say this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and it's just like, wait, can I?
Yeah, I
I
know.
can.
I know what you
Cool.
mean.
Okay, sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
I don't know. It's always weird. Like, do you ever watch yourself, like, in like the stuff that you've been in?
Certain scenes where like I was like scenes that I weren't happy with, I'll go back and kind of analyze why.
So you watch the stuff you didn't.
Yeah,
feel?
because in the moment sometimes like I can't really clock what I didn't like about it. I just knew that it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I tried to look at it from, you know, the viewer's perspective, but hey, that's me on the telly. I'm never gonna have that same viewer's perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really ask anyone around me because they're just kind of butter me up, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you really just have to trust your own instincts, man. So I tried to watch myself back as minimally as possible, unless it's to kind of like build on something or like continuity wise or like that. But
Speaking of instincts, how did you learn to trust them?
years, bro, just years on the job, and realizing that to get a job as an actor and as an relatively untrained actor, you know what I mean? All I had was a couple of quids in like, you know, after school drama lessons when I was young. But to get a job as an actor, a producer needs to pick up a script that someone's written, and then that needs to get the funding. You need to get a director and a casting director. They need to hire in your area, and then they all need to think that you're the best person in the job for, you know, out of however many people, right? So for me to not trust myself would kind of dishonor me and dishonor everyone who put me in that position and dishonor everyone who is not as lucky as me to, you know, be in my position, man. So you better trust it. You know, because if you don't trust it and you can see on camera that you don't really know what you're doing, then it's not going to be good. Yeah.
It's so true. Instincts, everything. I think people can get into a habit of being too technical, and it takes away the spice from a performance.
The spice alone.
The heat.
Spicy.
It's too spicy.
You want the juice when you're acting, so, and that all comes from instinct. So it's so important to have that.
You want the danger. You want to feel the danger. You want the audience to see the danger. Otherwise, you're not going
What's
to be
the point?
entertained,
Exactly. You want to make someone feel something.
and you're not going to have fun.
It's very,
It's very
true.
There's that, yeah.
It is very true.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do in the future then? Like, what would be your dream project?
Ooh,
Monkey
bro.
Man 2?
I want to be Batman, Monkey Man 2. I want to be Batman, bro. I'll never be Batman. I'll be like a pocket-sized Batman. Yeah,
Robin.
I'd want to be Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne would be awesome, bro. Like Batman's son who's got a katana and he kills people, bro. Sick.
Katana.
Sick. Yeah, katana,
manifest it
bro.
now.
Yo, cool.
So sick. So
Wow.
sick. Yeah, but I don't know. Right now, I'm having a good time on Waterloo Road and all that kind of thing. Whenever that comes to an end someday, just want to play freaky little weirdos. I just want to play a freaky little guy. I just want to do some weird stuff. You know what I mean? I just want to really get out of my comfort zone. You know, human centipede. Let's go. You know what I mean? Get me in the middle of the human centipede. That's where I'm trying to be.
Wow.
Yeah, dream role, middle of the centipede.
I mean, I probably won't watch it, but
That point made me want to become an actor.
We'll get you on the podcast for that.
Yeah,
We'll be there
What
watching
got you
it like.
started?
Had him on the podcast. I'm not sure about this
Yeah,
one.
What's
was
left
really
of it?
passionate about this project.
Here's my part.
5 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, we had him on the podcast ages ago. Should we get the whole centipede on the podcast?
Yeah, well,
Still attached.
Yeah.
he was centipede.
He's in there somewhere.
Maybe that's the promo poster for this podcast. It's just us, but like our faces on the different people in their human centipede.
Oh.
Stop it, bro. Great.
Don't put me
Some
at-
visceral imaging going on in these heads right now.
Did you just say, don't put me at the back?
You know, there's gonna be people watching who don't know what the human centipede is.
Don't watch it. Or you
Don't
can
watch
watch
it.
it, but I'm not advising
I mean, it's a
it.
10. It's not. It's
Is it a
probably
10?
it's a tiny bit not as good as Monkey Man, but like it's up there, right?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
speak for yourself.
Yeah.
It's classic.
It's a go-to.
Cool.
Anytime you're feeling down, like one of those. It's a bit like Chef. Do you know what I mean? Like one of those comedy films. Or
I made about 5 of those.
this is when like 10-year-olds watch this and are like, "What? Human centipede?"
Mummy, what's it?
We should review that next. Human centipede. We should.
oh god.
Get one of them.
It's like the Hungry Caterpillar, but it's the second one. You know the book you'd read is in the practice.
Is that why you had a caterpillar cake for your birthday?
Boys. Wow. I really regret
We're
bringing
gonna-
up human
Some
centipede.
kids like we've ruined their childhood now. Oh,
If not, I'll tell them what's
Yeah.
the new one.
oh god.
Right, back onto you, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real quickly. What's your like mantra? Like, what do you live by?
Comfort, comfort, comfort. My mum's gonna hate me for saying this. I really do not care about ever getting an Oscar or anything like that.
Ever get
Accolades, an Oscar. You know the little trophy of the golden
yeah.
guy. Yeah,
Oh, that guy.
that guy.
Yeah,
You know him.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oscar.
Heard of him, yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm not like comfort, man. Like I enjoy my job. I enjoy being around the people that I'm around, and that's the only thing for me. If I can create a living doing what I love, being around the people I love, and maybe giving people something to love, comfort, bliss. I am happy. Leave me alone. That's me done. You know, for as long as I can keep doing it. Yeah.
You know what? I like that. That's
Yeah, man.
it's a good one. Yeah. Well, it's been great to have you on, Zach.
It's been good. Been great to
been a
be
pleasure,
on, man. It's been great to be
Yeah,
on.
man.
Had a
It's
good
been mad. It's
time.
been chaos.
Yeah. Monkey Man.
Monkey
Go
Man.
watch
wow.
it.
Monkey
What a
Man.
film.
It's sick.
Go and watch it.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, dude.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you, bro.
catch you on set.
Thank you. I'll see you on
See you
set.
later,
man.
man.
I'll see you on set. Yeah,
Get
man.
The
some
potty
scenes.
poppers out.
Nice.
One day we'll have the potty poppers.
Max, that editing was
Innit?
sick, by the way.
Thank you.
Just throwing that in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
shout
man.
out to
Big
you.
on Max. Maximus Evans? Is that your surname?
Edge.
Oh,
Edge,
so
that's
close.
nice.
Maximus Edge.
Yeah.
Maximus
Yeah.
Edge.
And that's a wrap.
Right. Peace and love.